A man is not independent unless he has the courage to stand alone.
Good day, I hope you're well. My name is Ziliswatia, and today I'd like to talk about the very important topic of independence. Becoming independent means taking up the opportunity to lead your life. When we are young, we might have parents to help guide and lead us. But as we grow older, we must take up the task of leading ourselves. To be independent means to be a person who can fulfill their own needs, who can derive a course and self-direct. It is very important for us to self-direct because in life we each have different goals and different journeys. And if we always look on to others, it's going to be very difficult for us to individuate and lead ourselves. And so today I'd like to share a few points of how you can become independent. But before I get onto that, please do the right things like, share and subscribe to this channel for more awesome content. Let's get into those points. The first point is gain financial independence. Independence is firmly built around the ability to fulfill our own needs. It's going to be difficult in this day and age to fulfill our needs without money, which is why we want to be financially independent. To be financially independent means to have enough income to pay for your living expenses without having to be employed or depend on others. However, at this stage, we just want to have enough income to not depend on others. We want to have enough income to drive our lives in the desired direction. When you are not financially independent, you constantly have to wait on others or situations to change before you can purchase or pay for the things that you want. But when you have an income, you have the strong ability to immediately act towards the things that you want. This makes you feel very empowered because you now have the ability to take action towards the things that you desire. We all want the ability to lead our lives in our desired direction. However, this becomes very difficult without income. When we are financially independent, we are able to live where we think is best for us, eat where we think is best for us, drive where we think is best for us. We're able to live a lifestyle that we think is best for us without negotiation. When you are financially independent, you have the ability to choose. You have choices. That's what financial independence allows you to do. It allows you to have options. It allows you to have choices. The second point is move out of your family home. The more you want to lead an independent life, the more you're going to have different ideas from your parents. So as soon as you can, move out. Independence is about leading yourself and making your own decisions. It's about owning your decisions when they are successful. It's about owning your decisions when they are not successful because you have made them independently. Sometimes our family may want to help us and guide us. However, this group assistance does not always prepare us for the individuality of life. When you move out of your family home, you no longer have the advantage of being governed by your parents. You now have to govern yourself. You have to determine how you are going to live. You have to decide what is acceptable to you and what is not acceptable to you. When something breaks, you have to figure out who is the best person to fix it without asking your parents for help. You have to go out there and look for people who can assist you in some of the things that you're going to struggle with. What is really good about this is that it grows your confidence in your ability to speak to people. Because you are now going to be forced to talk to people and ask them to help you. Something that you were safe from before because your parents would have done that. But this ability to get people to help you is very important. And it's really good in building your confidence. Moving out of your family home means that you must be very focused on your financial standing because now you have to pay your own way. Your decisions must be very strong that they must be able to sustain your independent life. You no longer have your parents to fall back on. You now must be highly responsible and highly focused on your financial standing. You now have to maintain yourself. The third point is develop your character. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only from experience of trial and suffering can our souls be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. That's by Helen Keller. Character is what we have left when we have worked hard to strip ourselves of all unnecessary and useless behavior. We all have a strong character waiting inside. However, we can only discover it when we have worked hard to strip ourselves of all unnecessary fears, insecurities, and idling weaknesses. We can only discover the strength of our character when we choose to individuate and lead our lives. Our character can be discovered through experience of trial and suffering. When we shy away from being independent, we can always find people to help us play victims in our own lives. When we choose to be independent, this victim mentality and pity party can only be attended to by ourselves. When you become independent, you take on the responsibility of growing yourself. You decide on the person that you want to be and then pursue the abilities of that person. If you want to be a successful person, you look at the characteristics of the successful person and then begin to build those abilities in yourself. You examine yourself and then see which behaviors are not going to help you become that person and strip away those behaviors from you. You volunteer yourself to struggle in order to learn what ability you have inside. You volunteer yourself to struggle in order to gain abilities that can only be developed through struggle. Through struggle, you learn to have your own back. If you shy away from independence, then you're always going to allow yourself to be led by another person's struggle, by another person's abilities. Those abilities will never be yours because they were never through your own trial and error. And so you will never learn how to individuate, how to lead yourself from your own struggle. When you seek independence, you want your life to be about what you have done, what you have struggled and overcome. You want to own the full experience of your life because you have made every decision. You have to be willing to make mistakes and own them. You have to be willing to say that it was my fault because I made that decision. You cannot choose independence and victimhood at the same time. You have to own the full experience of your independence. The fourth point is decide on a direction. It is lack of direction, not lack of time, that is the problem. We each get 24 hours. It's going to be difficult for you to choose a direction if you're going to listen to everyone holding a map, because we are each holding different maps unique to our own design. And so you must decide on a direction unique to your own design. It is your own life. You may have everyone who has an opinion about what they think is best for you, but you know you design the best, and so you should independently make the final decision about the direction in which you're going to lead your life. One of the first videos I made for this channel was a video called Understanding Your Purpose. In the video, I spoke about how finding your purpose is not as complicated as people may think. But I think over time, people have placed value upon complication. Hence, it's become difficult for people to understand their purpose. If you are struggling to find your direction, please have a watch at that video. Hopefully, it might help you. As you grow in your independence, you move away from the group dynamic of making decisions. Because what may make you unique may not be available in the group. Hence, you need to make the decision yourself. The more you grow into yourself, the more you will understand that I'm actually more of this and less of that. This uniqueness may not be found in the group. Hence, the group will not be able to help you make a decision. One of the best things about becoming independent is that you no longer have to maintain decisions that were made by the group. You now have to derive decisions that reflect the person that you are becoming. Because the more you become independent, the more you understand yourself better. And the more that you must decide on new directions that reflect this person that you are now understanding. Being independent gives you the ability to self-direct. What is also great about becoming independent is that you no longer have the pressure of convincing people about your decisions. They are yours. You now have power over your time and resources. You now have power to experiment with your time and see what comes natural to you. And then you can decide if you want to go in that direction because you are independent. Direction is very important in life because none of us want to live aimless lives. That's why it's so important that we take the time to understand ourselves better so that we can know which direction is natural to us. Choose to be independent so you can choose your direction. The fifth and final point is take up the challenge. Life is the challenge, and no matter how many people you may have around you, you will still have to face the challenge alone. The sooner you become independent, the more time you give yourself to learn about the challenge. When you are not independent, you may still have people to protect you and help you shy away from the challenge. However, this does not prepare you for the individuality of life. In your quest for independence, you are going to make a lot of mistakes. However, these mistakes are fundamental in your learning on how to face the challenges of life. You are going to face a lot of adversity. However, this adversity is going to introduce you to your own abilities. We are all work in progress, and the more we take up the challenge, the more we see how far we have come. Life is always going to challenge us to make us stronger and better. We only become better and stronger if we accept the challenge and choose to be present in our own lives. There's so much great discovery to be found the more we choose to be independent in our lives, because that's how we see all that we are capable of being. You are stronger than you believe, but you have to take up the challenge in order to see. Choose independence. Choose to be present in your own life. Choose to always lead yourself. And that's it. I hope you found value in this video. If you find value in this video, please do the right things, like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more awesome content. I am Veliswa Tia, and I thank you again for your time. Bye.